The gift of hindsight. The gift of hindsight. And yet, it's not a gift, is it? Something that has been really present in so many conversations this week has been, I've done this thing and I should have done better. I did this and I could have done it better. Snapped at my kids, shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Definitely not a good mum for doing that. And there's lots of things to unpick within that. The first is, couldn't have done it any better because you didn't. Argue with reality, lose, but only 100% of the time. Wonderful Byron Katie quote. Where we are in the present moment with the thinking that we have access to in that moment. And our actions come from our thinking. So the thinking that we have access to in that moment is how we act. It's where we act from. We can look back and say, could have done better, when we're feeling better or feeling like we've got more perspective on the situation. Snapped at my kids. In the moment, it's like, snap. You look back and you think, could have been a bit more patient there. They were just asking for something, or they were just being kid-like. I shouldn't have done that. And it's what you did. Now, it's not to say, never mind. We get to own and claim all of our actions. And our actions, this is the other piece, okay? So couldn't have done any better because we didn't. And the other piece is, I'm not my actions. Not my actions. There's a distinction between who I am and what I've done. So when I make a mistake, if you like, if I act in a way that I feel I could have made a better choice after the fact, then I get to forgive myself for not being able to do any better in that moment, and learn what are the events that led up to that. What emotional state was I in? How am I showing up for me and pouring into me so that my choices, my actions are coming from a place of fulfillment, are coming from a place of overflow, of coming from a place from being able to give. Now, nobody can be in that state all of the time, to the best of my knowledge. I haven't met anyone, and I've met some very enlightened, very profound, very deeply spiritually embedded people, and they are not overflowing all of the time. We all have our moments, and we're allowed. And the more we can claim the moments, not who I am, what I've done, okay, I'm going to learn from that right now. So I just got distracted. I've got my camera in this different view for the first time. I got advised that I've been shooting my YouTube videos in the wrong orientation, but I feel a bit disorientated with it. And now I've lost my train of thought. We're talking, excuse me, the distinction between who I am and what I've done, and being able to learn. So looking back at that moment and and seeing what was my part in that, not as a blame game, not as a way of punishing myself and weaponizing hindsight. Because it is a great thing. It is a gift. I get to look at my patterns that are not serving me, and one by one, I get to soften around them, and I get to make different choices. I can only make choices from love and fulfillment when I'm really giving that to myself. That's my belief, my opinion, and my experience. So, how do you use hindsight? Is it a gift or is it a weapon? And if it's a weapon, you get to put that down now. And you get to choose to put it down as often as you need to. Because it will, we pick up one of my mentors calls it picking up the baseball bat. And we use these experiences to just beat ourselves up as proof that we're not good enough and that we're not being enough, doing enough, could have done better. And I get to put that baseball bat down and pick up a feather and just be really gentle. That's what I had in that moment. That was my best in that moment. Not my best, full stop, but my best in that moment. And if I need to clean up, then I get to clean up. And if the other person decides to not accept my cleanup, then I'm good. I'm good because I have no need. Now we're going into a different topic. So put down the baseball bat, pick up the feather, and use hindsight as the gift that it is. As a tool for transformation and learning to love yourself more, because I believe that's the whole game. I really do. And the more you can love yourself, the more capacity you have to love others. So I'll leave you with that and sending you so much love, and see you soon.